I'm not sure if I've ever told you this before, but I love Patrick Rothfuss, and I love this author for three reasons. The first reason is that he doesn't give a isn't that's a very weird opinion. First of all, I have to admit, he doesn't give a why doesn't he give a okay? And the reason why he doesn't actually care much is because a lot of fantasy authors, when they write the books, they actually don't like to take their time. They don't like to immerse you, and they actually spend a lot of that time running around from plot point to the next plot point, and the characters are technically occupied chasing objects. With Patrick Rothfuss, what he does is he takes his time. He takes his time to immerse you in his world. I've had a problem with this initially. This was my first read through of The Name of the Wind. But Patrick Rothfuss actually takes his time to immerse you in the world. Even though I didn't like this in the first read through of his Name of the Wind, the second read through I was much more appreciative of this fact, of the fact that we spend a lot of time with Kavoth, bonding with him, getting to know him, as he spends and struggles against Ambrose and his shenanigans, right? And that is fun to read. I really think it's fun to read, even though I didn't like it in the beginning, in the first time, and even though I acknowledge it's narratively inefficient, I still think that this is a very good move on behalf of Patrick Rothfuss. He just is not like most authors, and he's not running. He respects you enough to immerse you in the world for what it is now and for what is happening now. And then there is the balance between character and plot. So plot, a lot of the time in the fantasy genre, that's what everything is about. Very little fantasy books I have read are about the character. Notable stories that are about the character, like Prince of Thorns that I've read in March, right? This book, Name of the Wind, is another example of why I love Patrick Rothfuss and why some of my favorite authors are my favorite authors, because I love it when there is a mix between the character as well as the plot. And the plot is happening while the character is also progressing through the story and through the journey. And the hero's journey is emphasized in this particular case. I love that a lot. In this story, In the Name of the Wind and Wise Man's Fear, what ends up happening is that the story is a mixture between literary elements with a focus on Kavoth and his apathy and his lack of action and overcoming those. But on top of that, it's also about the plot, right? It's about finding the nameless, it's about who they are, and it's about what happened to Kavoth. That's two things put together. It's a beautiful mix. And basically, Patrick Rothfuss is a beautiful mix. This author is a beautiful mix for me.
And that's what I wanted to read, is a really good story about a person, very character-centered, but not so character-centered that it just ended up being pretentious and pointless, like some of this literary fiction where the entire book is somebody drinking tea and staring out the window into the rain and thinking about their mom. No, you know, you want interesting things, you want mythic things, but without the character, why am I even here? Why would I care?
And then you knew this one was coming. It is Patrick Rothfuss's writing style. It is his prose. It is the way he uses language to tell the story. Oh my God, this guy, his stories, like take Name of the Wind as an example. It's a story within stories that are being told by different people. I mean, major parts of the story revolve around poetry, they revolve around characters, they revolve around people, they revolve around the art of storytelling is appreciated in here, but on top of that, it is appreciated with a poetic language, with a poetic writing style. Not many fantasy authors do this, and also he has a unique voice. This is something that has to be appreciated. This is something that has to be respected. This is something that I appreciate, and this is something that I respect wholeheartedly, because I think a good writing style, a unique writing style, can actually add to the story. And in fact, I think the author has to take steps in order to make sure that the writing style is stylized to a point where the style doesn't take away from the story, but at the same time, it's unique and it's like a fresh perspective. And it gives the story this flavor, okay? And this is what happens with Patrick Rothfuss. All of his books, Name of the Wind, Wise Man's Fear, these are the two books I've read of him. And these two books have great flavor because of their writing style. And they are amazing, they are beautiful. And I love this guy, man. And these are the three reasons why I love him, actually. This was a short video. I just wanted to have a, sort of a, fun video, right? I want you to tell me down in the comments below, Do you love Patrick Rothfuss? Have you read his books? If you did, what do you think of his books and any of what I've mentioned in this book? I hope that you have a great day. Bye.